Chapter 6 Epilogue. Rene Luis Munoz Ledo Jr. died peacefully 2 weeks after he finished writing this book at 11 p.m. on December 2nd, 2003. He had been nonverbal and immobile for 2 days. He was breathing loud and hard with the assistance of an oxygen tank. His mom, nephew Aaron, and his sister Rosie had just finished changing his diaper and put drops of morphine into his mouth for the pain. His beloved mother and sisters, niece Melissa, and nephews Aaron and Miles were at his side when he exhaled his last breath. He left with a smile and one tear from his right eye. His expression appeared to be that of gratitude, appreciation, and peacefulness. He had spent his last month living at his mother's house, surrounded by the care and love of his family. But all the love in the world could not save his life. It was too late. He chose his path and it led to his death. His mother commented to him a few weeks prior to his death, "Nunca pensaste que ibas a pagar un precio tan alto por la vida que llevaste." Translated, "You never thought you were going to pay such a high price for the life you led." Rene's last words to the world were, "Make your dreams come true." His last dream was to complete writing this book. It took him 4.5 months to finish writing this book. On the last day of his life, several things took place to make things easier for him. At 4 p.m., the ministers from the SMBK USA Dojo Spiritual Center came to pray over him. At 8 p.m., Rosie, Aaron, and Melissa were invited to attend a special ceremony in his honor in Irvine at the dojo. We all prayed that his suffering would end soon, which it did 3 hours later. At 10:50 p.m. on December 2nd, 2004, Rene's mom was sitting in the living room couch watching TV in the dark. She could hear Rene's loud, deep breathing and the sounds of the oxygen tank. She was waiting for Aaron, Melissa, and Rosie to arrive. Then, on the curtains behind the TV, she could see the shadowy image of a very tall man. He was wearing a hat and a cape. As his shadow passed by, her heart sank. But then she knew who it was, and she said, "I know who you are. You are the angel of death, the soul collector. Go ahead and take him. He is ready to go with you." 10 minutes later, Rene's heart stopped beating, and his work here on this earth was finished, and his journey was completed. Rene was home. Shortly after Rene's death, the Doshish from the SMBK USA were contacted. They had requested to be present when he died to help bring him spiritual salvation. Naomi and Kauai, 2 ministers, arrived about 30 minutes later. They held their hands over his head, giving him Mahikari Nawazi, purification, as they prayed. Within a few moments, Rene's face changed color, from brown and purple to pink. His facial expression changed from a reluctant frown to a peaceful smile. He looked like he was alive and just sleeping. Then, he shed a teardrop from his right eye. How did all this happen after he was already dead? It seemed like Rene was saying goodbye, and that he was sad having to go and leave us behind. His wish was for his ashes to be released to the sea. On December 13, 2003, his family gathered at Dana Point Harbor and sailed away to coordinates of 33 degrees, 26.497 north, and 117 degrees, 42.406 west, where his ashes were gently placed in an ocean-friendly round basket adorned with beautiful, colorful flowers. As we proceed with our ceremony, Diana nudged Rene's mom and said, "Look up in the sky." And there, right above our boat, was a blue sky with a gigantic cross formed by the clouds. We were all hypnotized and in awe. We were convinced that this was a message from Rene saying, "I found the missing cross. I have been forgiven."